You know, Music and Words Unite is only possible because of viewers and supporters like you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Mark cry. Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Words Unite. I'm your co-host Troy, and with me and my friend and co-host Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Good evening.
And today we're back with another mini album review, which is the new Boards of Canada Inferno album. Now, Mark, this is that. Look, Mark has the vinyl. All right, and this is our format, which is should you listen to this, and where we go and listen to an album, usually multiple times. We take some notes. We come back and let you know what we think of it, what tracks we like the most. If we didn't like it for some reason, we just give you an honest review and we recommend it or not. And so we're going to do it with this album. Now, I am somewhat new to Boards of Canada. We've done one album in the long time ago. One of our first episodes was about an album called Gio Gotti, if I remember correctly. But Mark, I know you're very into this group, so tell the audience about you and Boards of Canada and why you wanted me to listen to this.
Funny enough, the first time I ever heard Boards of Canada was in a web cartoon called Salad Fingers. Are you familiar with that at all?
I am. Yeah, I am.
It plays this really creepy music in the background, and it happens to be an interlude track on the album Gio Gotti that we listened to. So I was curious. I was like, does the whole album sound like this? And I was like, yeah, the whole album does kind of sound like this. But I listened to that album, and then I listened to all their other stuff, and I was just, blown away by how cool it was. Like, using, like, kind of, like, hip-hop, like, oriented beats and tracks, and, like, mixing it with, like, electronic music, and the first time I listened to it, I've always just loved all their stuff. So it was extremely exciting when this came out. This is 13 years after their last album, Tomorrow's Harvest. So
Right.
It was extremely exciting, and I might be biased, but I thought this album was incredible.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a little spoiler. So.
All right. All right. So my review of this, Mark, and then we'll get to the individual tracks that we want to highlight and talk about.
Okay.
I was expecting something like Gio Gotti because that's the only experience I have with this group. But I have to say, I was not that I didn't like Gio Gotti. It's not like I disliked it. I would say it was an album which, on first couple listens, I had to get into that album, to be honest with you. But this album, the first time I heard it, I immediately liked it. And it didn't take any repeat listens for me to like it. I've listened to it multiple times, but I liked, to be honest with you, I pretty much liked the whole thing right away.
Oh, good.
So, and I was going to talk about some of my favorite tracks, and you could talk about, but like the ones, like, there's a track called Naraka, which I had down in my notes is like one of my favorites.
Incredible track.
Maybe you want to play a clip from that one.
Sure. This is like standard Boards of Canada.
Yeah. This record is very moody.
It's very soundtracky too. It follows kind of like a soundtrack vibe,
Yeah.
Which, like, their albums before this didn't really do that.
I think there's like a chant that comes later, right?
Yeah, it's a Hare Krishna.
Yeah. See if we can find that chant. Yeah. Yeah, I thought this track was really good.
It sounds great on the vinyl too. Everything sounds really good.
Okay. I know you like this track a lot, Mark. Why don't you talk about it?
This is one of the ones on, like, first listen that, like, instantly stuck out to me. Like,
Right.
like, usually on, like, your first listen, you don't really recognize, like, a lot of the stuff. This is the one that like I went back to immediately. I was like, this is like one of the best tracks. I don't know, just the atmosphere is great. The repetition, I like repetition in music.
Right.
It's really good here.
Okay.
Instrumentation is really great. They play a lot of like live instruments on this album, which is like, yeah.
I was surprised by that actually. Yeah.
So they have another album that they did called the Campfire Head Phase, which is in between the last album and Giagatti, where they use a lot of live instruments on it, and that album's really great too. Yeah, I really like that about this album, how they use like a lot of like real instruments, like acoustic instruments. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's the best song on the album, but it's up there. Yeah, so.
How about a song that you really liked on this track that you wouldn't recommend?
Okay. One of the ones I really liked a lot was called Blood in the Labyrinth.
Okay.
So I'll play the intro and then I'll skip a little bit ahead.
All right.
Is this loud enough, by the way?
I'm not sure. No.
Now it is. It's gonna blow my eardrums out, but that's okay.
Why not?
Skip a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is, yeah. Tell me any thoughts about this track that you want to say?
There's a lot of like Asian instrumentation on this album. I'm not really gonna like pin it down to where. But like, that's always good to me. It's always a nice sound, I think. I don't know exactly what instruments they're playing here either, or if they're just sound clips, but this track is just listen to this all day.
Yeah.
It's like Zen, Zen moment basically. So
some of the other tracks, Mark, before we get to the one that I was going to ask you to play next, like there's a track called "You Retreat in Time and Space." That track I really liked. Yeah, feel free to play a quick clip if you want. I think what's funny about this album is like, to me, this is probably a better. I haven't heard the rest of their albums, but I'm curious if you think this is a better intro to the band, to the group, than something like a Giogati, which is a little more on the deep end of
so I kind of regret kind of throwing you in the deep end with that album because I thought like if you could listen to that album and enjoy it, then you would definitely like all of their other stuff. But it's
sure.
That album is like very dark and very like moody and it's probably not the best one to listen to first. It's kind of
Sure.
scary, actually. I mean, um, but
Yeah.
in hindsight, though, I think it's good. It's a grower too. Like
Yeah, it
a lot
is.
of
Yeah.
people, I'm sure, don't like it when they first listen, but you really should listen to the rest of their albums. All of their albums are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean this album in particular. This is the second one I've heard, and but it's definitely my favorite one. From front to back, like it's an album where you put it on and then you can listen to the whole thing straight through, and it's really enjoyable. I have one more request from me, and then whatever you want to play, Mark.
Sure,
My request is hydrogen, helium, lithium, Leviathan. Maybe a minute or two in. I don't know.
that's a good one.
Yeah. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks. Let's try this.
It's a great one.
But anyway, Mark, what about you? What other tracks did you want to line up? Let the audience hear or talk about.
Um, let's see what we got here. I could just talk about a couple and then I'll play
Sure.
one.
Okay.
Age of Capricorn and Father and Son have a lot of like audio clips in them.
Okay.
Like sounding kind of like preachers and maybe even like televangelists and stuff.
Right. Right.
This album is very like spiritually focused and like focused on like religion and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a couple like interlude tracks that are good. Um, Memory Death is good. Into the Magic Land is good. I really like this track too. It's called Arena Americanata. I'll play a
Okay.
clip from it. Yeah, recommend listening to this at peak volume too because it makes
Oh
it so
yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
And if you can get
Straight
this on
through too.
vinyl, yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can get this on vinyl, highly recommended.
I'm gonna get the vinyl. Actually, I don't have it on vinyl listed on title, but that's one. This is a vinyl I'd like to get. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm excited
awesome.
about that.
Yeah,
Cool. So I guess the question mark is, should you listen to this? I would say yes, and I'm assuming you would too. It's a
normally
yes.
when we do these, I say like, oh, if you're a fan of the genre or if you like, this kind of music or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think this could appeal to a wide variety of different people.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that from any people that like electronic music or like hip hop oriented music even. Because there's like instrumental hip hop out there and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this can appeal to people that just like even like ambient music or just want something nice to play in the background too.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
I think this is I think this is it's too early to say, but this is one of my favorite albums of theirs so far.
Okay.
So
Sure.
yeah, I think it's great and it lived up to its reputation. So.
Yeah. So for me, big thumbs up. All right. Well, if you're still watching this, thank you. Let us know what you think of the album. Go check it out. Let us know what you think in the comments. And or we have a free community. Mark and I are in there. A bunch of people watch the channel are in there. and we just share music. In fact, there's a electronic channel in Discord where we talk about electronic music and share that as well as many other genres and decades. So, and we're talking about Boards of Canada in there sometimes. So, if you like the idea of a big free music club with a bunch of music nerds like Mark and I, we'd love to see you there. Yeah, well, Mark, until next time.
Bye.
See you later.